Listen for a second. Smell it in the air. Can you smell what's cooking, Daniel?
Football!
That's right. Every team has championship dreams, and we as fans are there every step of the way. Let the drama begin.
So now that football season's back, how much waste does a football game produce? We're talking 75 tons, 250 tons of CO2, and it will take you 200 years to ride around in your beat-up Camry across the United States to match the CO2 emissions of 3 hours of football. So why is CO2 emissions important to you? Well, one, climate change, sea level rise, and your children. Think about the children!
And how about energy consumption? For energy consumption, look no further than Texas, AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the light bill. So Daniel,
What's up, Nate?
question for you. What do you think uses more energy? AT&T Stadium during a football game or the country of Liberia?
I mean, we are talking about a country here, so I'm gonna have to go with Liberia.
Good guess. That's what I would have said. But at its peak, during a football game, AT&T Stadium can use more energy than the entire country of Liberia, almost 5 million people.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
So for those of you that get lost in megawatts and kilowatts, check these numbers. 1 month's light bill, AT&T Stadium, $200,000, and up to $20,000 for one game.
It's a lot of dough. And now for the top 3 most sustainable stadiums in the United States. Coming in at number 3, LA Coliseum, home of the USC Trojans. Boo! But I'll give you something to cheer about the Trojans. They have a zero waste program and they divert 90% of their waste from landfills and incinerators. And they do this by composting and recycling. Now the zero win Trojans are going to zero waste.
Coming in at number 2, let's stay in the great state of California and talk about another stadium. Levi's Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers. Levi's Stadium is one of 2 NFL stadiums that is LEED certified. What does LEED certified mean? Well, here's a couple of things that they're doing. As part of their LEED certification, one thing they do is use 85% recycled water or gray water. Another thing that they do is the stadium grass itself. It's Bermuda Bandera grass, which uses 50% less water than most grasses in California. And also, they put up solar panels, which is expected to take up enough energy to offset 10 NFL games.
All right, so coming in at number 1, drum roll please, hit me with a drum roll. Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. They get 30% of their energy needs from 14 on-site wind turbines. And then they also have 11,000 solar panels on the walls of their stadium. And the rest of their energy needs, they buy renewables off of the grid. So when the Eagles are flying in to play the Cowboys in Dallas, that's a lot of jet CO2 emissions that are going into the air. But guess what? The Eagles, they offset their CO2 emissions by planting 4,000 native trees over 6.5 acres at Neshaminy State Park. And that's pretty cool. And what about all the waste that comes from football games? We learned earlier that 75 tons of waste comes from 3 hours of football. But the Eagles, they have a zero waste initiative and they divert 99% of their waste from landfills and incinerators. So when you're eating those really greasy fries, all that frying oil that's used in the concession stand, the Eagles turn that oil into biodiesel to use in their little gators to ride around the stadium.
This is Nathan Martin.
And this is Daniel Velez.
Signing off for TSR.
And we'll catch you next time. And don't forget to follow at TSR Journal on Twitter and tweet in your top 3 sustainability stadiums using the hashtag TSR Top 3.